Fellow South Africans, I greet you all, presenting to you today a feasibility study on General Naval Workshops, GNW, by Lieutenant Commander Sylvester Volane Mangolele, Technical Support and Services Manager. This is the current problem that is facing our fleet, where our fleet is grounded alongside. This is grounded as a result of our access management strategy being detrimental to our country and its people. These are the contents of this particular report. And it talks to all things that ensures successful operations of the fleet. By a foreword of it is that, albeit to some degree politically sensitive, the facts in this report are not sugar-coated. They come raw as they are. A lot of these facts are known, and nothing or very little has been done about them thus far. If it is somewhat reported to be done, such reporting is a get off my back and or ceremonious type of an approach. The incremental approach towards many of the issues raised in this report is to the detriment of the people of Republic of South Africa, their country, the Department of Defense Force, and the South African Navy as a whole. It is prejudice for generations to come. It is the writer's impetus not to be part of the team that shapes such a detrimental future. And it is the writer's hope that the reader be imputed by the same notion. This report is not to be viewed as a toe in one's body, but the body as a whole. Due to jealousy of time towards the writer and the continuously shrinking window of opportunity, all organs of the body have been noted, but not entirely appreciated. However, the body is in dire need for change. The writer kens that to some organs of the body, this change will be painful, but favorable to the body as a whole, and ultimately arrest the perpetuating decline from 2015, creating a rebalanced and reorganized foundation for future growth to 2017, thereby creating a sustainable defense force that can meet current ordered defense commitments to 2023 and its capability to respond to embryonic challenges in the strategic environment to 2033. The expense required, investment, organizational paradigm shift that yields effective, efficient, and economic output are noted by the writer. And for your footnote, it must be noted that these time frames timelines as mandated by the South African Defence Review 2014. I did not take them anywhere else other than there. The Department of Defense is in a serious crisis of critical state of deadline. It is neither equipped nor trained nor orientated for its future missions. It is stuck in indecision, endless transformation, and an unsustainable use of its existing budget. Most of its employees simply come to work just to mark a register, whereas some of its skilled employees are underutilized and or neglected by immediate supervisors without consequence. Time has come for a radical intervention if the country is to avoid future embarrassment. This means that any person of authority, be it to allow any person access at the gate or not, cannot only look at a fingernail of a body and ignore the fact that a body also houses the head, the torso, the lower part, and all associated components housed in each part of the entire body. Moreover, such a person of authority cannot achieve this in a silo that will ultimately enable a turf war. The benefits of the comprehensive execution of this are a positive synergy amongst all corps, directorates, departments, divisions, and all elements of the Department of Defense and the country it protects. There is nothing more powerful in any organization than having all employees rowing fiercely in the same direction. The writer was instructed to conduct an internal investigation into the possible recapacitation of the repairable workshops at Naval Stores Depot Wingfield. The investigation was to look at, but not limited to, the following: previous approved structures, reason for discontinued structures, requirement to reinstitute such a structure, the feasibility of reinstituting such a structure. This is the feasibility that I am representing to you today. During an intense and fairly extensive research, charged by the writer's oath to the Code of Conduct, I will strive to improve the capabilities of the South African National Defence Force by maintaining discipline, safeguarding property, developing skills and knowledge, and performing my duties diligently and professionally. And the strategic outcomes statement 1 of the DoD, comprehensive defense capabilities are enhanced and maintained. It was found that the DoD is in an awakening eon of arresting the deadline, which in simple terms means that before this organization can expand either in partnership or independently, it must endeavor to shrink the current propagating cost. Thus, the conclusion to the feasibility of instituting such a structure and the recommendation to either endorse a project that addresses the means to painstakingly shrink the cost or do nothing. This stems from the fact that to simply join or combine capabilities at the time of employment and expect desired result is delusive. One cannot change what he or she does not comprehend. This is due to the ripple effect towards the entire environment in which such a change occurs. Hence, the report and its magnitude. To effectively achieve this goal, an inextricable link between logistic and human resource is directly required so as to eliminate and or overcome obstacles towards the dissolution of the center of gravity of this perpetuating decline and establish sound lines of communication with other directorates that are required to render comprehension and support. This report is informed by facts which may be disputed by any person, but not based on such person's rank or age or experience, but by qualitative and or quantitative facts, as it challenges and forces the status quo to change. And such a change cannot happen without full comprehension. Where the writer cited no and or yes, such is an informed cite based on fact. The writer will appreciate any input towards this, be it supportive or not. This report mainly challenges all junior officers, warrant officers, and non-commissioned officers to perpetually strive to enhance internal capabilities of the Department of Defense, thus continuously enriching this proposed blueprint through acquiring skills, knowledge, defiance, and the aptitude to effectively, efficiently, and economically implement their respective expertise in the execution of their respective duties for the benefit of the organization. The supposedly optimization of the functional technical training strategy fed by the current functional experience theory becomes the norm and practical becomes the order of the day, requires immediate and directed intervention. Inter alia, this report introduces a platform that leads to the ultimate cease of technical upkeep equipment outsourcing and the optimized effective way of the running of the System Support Center, where industry partners will be held accountable to their respective mandates and deliverables. Moreover, optimizing maintenance organizations, thereby resulting in an optimized flow of information, giving rise to synergy amongst directorates, and ultimately free commanders from the fog of war in terms of having the holy trinity of the policy, which is the why, the strategy, which is the realm of the art, and the tactics, which is the realm of science, which defines action. This was signed on 12 August 2016 by the Technical Support and Service Manager, Lieutenant Commander Mangolele. It is a report on the feasibility study on general naval workshops for Director Fleet Logistics, Rear Admiral Mkondo. Its reference made to SNGP-1 Bravo, and that is South African Naval General Practice 1 Charlie, and then SNGP-1 Delta, Senlog 1 Volume 1 and 2, South African Book of Reference 39931, Flag Officer Fleet Slant Restricted 502, dated 23 January 2012, and then letter VSF VSH slant R 106 1 slant 2, dated 13 June 12, and then a letter dated 3 July 12, and a letter dated 4 February 2016. Research Methodology 3rd edition, Velman et al., Defense Review 2014, DoD Planning Instrument, Strategic Plan for 2015 to 2020. In its introduction, Rear Admiral Mkhonto was told that General Naval Workshop was a unit on its own which was under Naval Base Cape Town according to GP1 Bravo and collocated to Naval Stores Depot Wingfield. This unit was primarily responsible for the survey, repair and maintenance of stores items held by Naval Stores Wingfield. It also provided specialized support to the South African Navy that neither the Fleet Maintenance Unit, FMU, nor Dockyard has been able to replace thus far. Chapter 17, Section 21 of GP1 Charlie as regulated by Chapters 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 59 and 69 of Senlock 1 Volume 1 delineates the existence of contractors in the South African Navy. This was as a result of strategic decision to reduce expenditure by only focusing on core business and ultimately the closure of General Naval Workshops from 1992 to 1996, albeit the closure was announced late in 1989 and most people were retrenched as of 1 April 1990. That is from the report by Captain Duna dated 23 January 12 and an interview by Mr. L. Cameron dated 23 March 2016. Take into consideration the scope of work driven by the triple constraints which are time, quality and cost, the South African Navy was forced to trade off either of the three to realize its objectives, vision and mission as mandated by the government of the day. However, such trade-offs led to mixed emotions of the previous generation which cascaded down to the current generation, leading to the current work culture and ethics. This will be explained in the later part of this report. To date, most General Naval Workshops capabilities are currently outsourced via either the System Support Center and or the technical upkeep equipment at considerable cost when taking the current contracting model to consideration. In addition, legislation such as the Public Finance Management Act No. 1 of 1999 and the socio-economic factors have momentously contributed to the continued rise of cost to the detriment of the South African Navy to sustain its operations with the absence of General Naval Workshops and or its afore capabilities. The initial aim of this paper was to report on the internal investigation into the possible recapacitation of the repairable workshops at Naval Stores Depot Wingfield. After full comprehension of the findings in terms of ministerial priorities that are delineated in the DoD Strategic Plan for 2015 to 2020. As informed by the South African Defence Review 2014. The aim of this report is as cited hereunder, which is to arrest the decline in critical capabilities through immediate directed interventions. I will give you the scope of this particular matter, and tomorrow we will commence with a presentation that actually deals with this matter in a presentation format. The scope that will be dealt with are the facts. These will be discussed so as to highlight the approach of the investigation. This will be discussed, background will be discussed so as to allow the reader to have a background regarding the origins of this report, factors taken into consideration towards the successful completion of this report. A view from the South African Defence Review 2014, extracts of the Defence Review as passed by Parliament in 2014 will be discussed to allow the reader to comprehend the strategic view of the current Department of Defence mandate and the support of this report to such a mandate. General Naval Workshops explained and delineated. A detailed delineation of General Naval Workshops will be discussed in order to give the reader a full comprehension regarding General Naval Workshops. The challenges affords the reader with comprehension of continuous daily hurdles that maintenance organizations are confronted with, thus amassing to the perpetuating firefighting state that the South African Navy and the Department of Defense finds itself in. The current status, this will be discussed so as to allow comprehension of the reader regarding the current view of the status of maintenance organization, including proposed functional technical training in the South African Navy. Spares difficulties, this provides the reader with the high-level delineation of stock-level challenges that maintenance organs are confronted with on a daily basis. Value against the consumer, this is delineated so as to allow the reader to comprehend the desired state of undertakings with the aid of approximate average annual cost of maintenance organizations' existence in the South African Navy. What has led to this perpetuating current state? One will get an overview of organizational crippling effects in terms of the misalignment of business objectives, strategies, and asset management objectives. The proposed way forward to this gives the reader a broad, high-level explanation of the what, how, by whom, why, and the desired end state. Description of the development process to give the reader a full comprehension of what needs to be done, how, by who, what methods should be used, and ultimately what must be achieved. Advantages towards successful implementation. The reader will be introduced to a brief summary of the benefits of implementing the preliminary findings of this investigation. And the reader will have a brief point form of what steps and or measures must be pursued so as to arrest this propagating decline. This gives the reader an argument as to which financial model should be employed in order to realize effective results when it comes to funding, and in conclusion, a synopsis of what locus must be embarked on. Fellow South Africans, the Honorable Minister of Defense and Military Veterans, Metandi Modise, the Speaker of Parliament, the National Executive, the Judiciary, and all organs of state. This is what will be presented in relation to the findings that one was instructed to conduct on 4 February 2016. Tomorrow I will make these particular findings available to you all. Until then, may God bless you all. Papa O Teng.